it's Mrs. H. Today I'm going to talk about how to use Google Classroom. So we're on our Chromebooks and there's different ways to get to your Google Classroom depending on how you're organizing your Chromebook. So we could always go to the Google Chrome. It takes us straight to the Google browser. We can always click on the little dots that create the square. And we can go on and go to our Google Classroom that way. We could also do it where if I wanted to just go straight into my Gmail account first to see if there's any new emails first. And then I could always click on one of these assignments because remember, Google Classroom communicates with our Gmail account, our emails. So anything that is posted in the Google Classroom does get posted into our Gmail account. So that's something you may want to occasionally clean out or organize also, because you'll start seeing that this can look a little overwhelming due to Google Classroom. But same thing, I go to the little dots that create the square, and those are my Google apps. I click down and then I can go down to Classroom. Another way that Mrs. H did was I went ahead and I bookmarked Google Classroom up into my bookmarks up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go straight into Google Classroom by clicking on my bookmarks. There's my Google Classroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into my Google Classroom. Now, remember, Google Classroom is gonna be the main platform we're gonna be using. So we gotta get really familiar with Google Classroom. The first thing that it always automatically takes you to is called the stream. So the stream is going to be where I will be posting announcements, or it's gonna be mostly your agenda for the week. So for an example, I went ahead and I already have an agenda. It's an example agenda for the week. This is a Google slide. All you do is click onto it. And if there's a weekly message, I would put the weekly message here. I would tell you what week we're in, also what the dates are. Right here is going to be an example of a daily schedule broken into time-wise. Now, it is not a necessity for you to use this. This is just a resource that you could use if it fits your household with your schedule for distance learning, or you could use this as a template to create your own daily schedule with times that allow breaks and lunches that fit your home schedule. So again, this will just be an example. Then we come down here, and then in the agenda, it's gonna say Monday. If there's any announcements, I'll put it in here. Today's date, and then in each section will be the broken down assignments that need to be done for those categories. I have the Zoom meeting already. If you always click onto anything that are links, that will take you automatically. A lot of things that will be in here will be links to maybe the Google Classroom. So that'll be another quick way to get to Google Classroom assignments also, if you just go ahead and click on the links that I do provide. A lot of directions will be in the Google Classroom assignments, which you'll see in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead. So here's my agenda. This is what I'm working on for the week. Again, every day is gonna just be broken up per subject, and it's up to how it works for your household to break it down daily, like meaning time-wise, like 8 to 9 do math, and then maybe take a break from 9:15 to 9:30, take a 15-minute break. So it's how it's gonna work for your family. Coming back here, so that's gonna be the stream. Over here on the left-hand side is a box called Upcoming. Upcoming is gonna be anything that I scheduled for like a due date. Assignments will have due dates. That way, if it is submitted after the due date, it lets me automatically know that it is late. So there will be due dates on assignments. And the upcoming here will be like a quick little calendar to help you with those due dates. Classwork is where we're going to be working a lot in here. So classwork is going to be where your assignments will be posted. If you notice over here on the left-hand side, there's a thing called topics. Topics are how I'm going to break up. So it doesn't look so overwhelming on this side here. So for example, if I just want to get to Mrs. H's virtual classroom, I could go ahead and just click on this link and it only shows me anything that has the topic with Mrs. H's virtual classroom. Same with here. This is going to be week examples 7/27/20 to 7/31. So this is going to be all the work that's going to be for that week will be in this topic here. And then here's a missing log topic. This is another topic you're going to be going into a lot to stay on track and organized, to know, did I turn that assignment in? Did I not turn that assignment in? But there's also a really awesome thing on Google Classroom that keeps you organized also. So this is where classwork will be. We're going to be working with this today of our week assignments, 7/27/20 through 7/31/20. Let's take a look over here. So this is people. So this is just letting you know that I'm the one that's going to be looking at your work. And now if I have to add another teacher, that's going to also show here too. But let's go ahead and go back here. So we're at our classwork. And before we get into that week one, let me just go over a few other things. I apologize. So view your work is a great way to also know, did I turn in that work? View your work. View your work will have everything that is an assignment or a quiz. So, and if you take a look here, there's two here. One I put as a due date, August 8th. Another one I did not put a due date, so it says no due date. Now this one here was turned in, so I don't have to worry about that one. That one's turned in. However, this assignment right here is not turned in. It's assigned, meaning that I need to be working on it. However, I have not turned it in. So this is another way that can go hand to hand with the missing log to know, did I turn in that work or did I not turn in that work? Let's go ahead and go back here, okay? Meet. Meet is a video chat with me. So allow me to use your camera and microphone. Yes, I want to allow that. Wants to show, okay, in case I was trying to meet with you guys. Okay, no one else is here because I'm not meeting with anyone right now. But if I wanted to meet with Mrs. H, then I would go ahead and hit meet, and it's just like Zoom, which I honestly prefer Zoom a lot better. So if we need a video chat, I would recommend doing Zoom. But if not, we could go ahead and quickly hit meet here, and it will chat with me. So then that way I am available to help you also during the times that I'm able to assist. Okay. Google Calendar. Google Calendar is another way that you can stay on top of your what needs to be done, because anything that has the due dates will be put into your Google Calendar. You could go week, or you could also go, I like the month view. It's not the year. I like the month view. It kind of quickly lets me see. So down here is my month view. I'm in July, so if I go over to August, notice how on the 8th, like we already talked about the due date, on the 8th right here, it already shows me, oh, I have something due on the 8th that I need to get done. So that's a great, another way to see what is coming up, see important days, you know, just kind of stay organized and on top of what needs to get done. So, and then we have a class drive folder. That's just anything like I end up putting in also goes to that folder. A lot of it I'm going to be using the resource folder that I provided you guys already. That's in my virtual classroom. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to go here and we're going to work with this example here. So here is my week. All the assignments will be under the week for that assignment. If I take a look here, I notice, oh great, that one's turned in. I don't need to worry about it. However, if I go down a little further, I notice, ooh, this one's assigned and it's due August 8th. So if I go ahead and I click on it, right here will tell me directions. So really pay attention to that to know what is expected for that assignment here. It tells the points, the due date. If there's a question that you have, there's private comments here. What that means is that no other students are gonna see those comments. It's just gonna be a comment between me and you for this particular assignment. So if you have a question about another assignment, make sure you're writing it on that assignment, not on a different one, because this will go to that assignment only. This is class comments. If there's like only, not to be as silly or goofy during these times or anything. This is only if there's like, you know, a question that you have, but you want the whole class to kind of know, because it would probably be helpful for the whole class. We don't use this often, but there is that option there. So if I looked at the directions and it says, oh, I gotta go ahead and I gotta create a Google Doc. Perfect. All I need to do is just go here and I have to say add or create. So you're not going to get an assignment that just says create a Google Doc. It would be like a writing assignment and you're going to have to write me something and then I tell you to do it in a Google Doc. So I kind of specify where it needs to be. You're going to be using Google Doc a lot, and you're going to be using Google Slides a lot. You're also going to be using videos a lot, which I already did another video on how to access your camera on Chromebook to use it so you can upload those videos or even those pictures that need to be sent to me. So those are going to be the main things of how you're turning in your assignments to me. But if I go into here and I say, okay, I need to go ahead and create a Google Doc. Let's say that I said that I want you to just type me up a paragraph in Google Doc. The directions will be a little bit more clearer of what needs to be done. This is just a tutorial about how to use your Google Classroom, along with ideas of you know, where to go for it. So I went ahead and I said add or create. Now I added my Google Doc, but if I click in it, you'll notice nothing's there because I haven't done the assignment yet. I just created the place to put my assignment. So now I'm in my assignment that I need to go ahead, and what I do is I will do according to whatever the directions tell me to do. That's what I would be doing in here. Notice how it already gives me my title up here, because all this does now is once I have finished my task, and if I need to kind of toggle back and forth, I could go back to here, see what my directions are, go back here, and I could go ahead and I could go ahead and start doing it. Now, once I finished it, I could hit turn in from this button right here. And once that's turned in, I confirm it, it's done. Now, all of a sudden, my assignment is finished. So I've turned this in here. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, yes, I want that turned in. Oh, this part here, I apologize. I should not have hit turned in. The reason is, let me go ahead and unsubmit this. They always ask you a second time, do you want this to be turned in? And then you're gonna go ahead and normally say yes. But if you notice in this particular one, I said I wanted a Google Doc and I wanted Google Slides. So that means I wanted two things attached to this assignment before it was turned in. So I went ahead and I attached my Google Docs. But if I wanna go ahead and attach a Google Slide also, I would click on Slides because I'm creating it. Now I have my slides being created, however, I have not done my assignment in there yet. So to do the assignment, I have to go ahead and click on the task. And I'd go ahead and finish what I need to finish, whatever directions that is asking me to do. I'd go ahead and start doing that. Now notice here, this one does not have a turn in button. Sometimes they pop up, which is really odd with the Google Slides that I've came across. Sometimes they do pop up, sometimes they don't. For assignments, I don't want you hitting share because of the fact that it's already going to be turned into me once you hit turn in your classroom. So it does not have to be shared to me. So let's say I finish my task here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm done. I don't, I'm finished. So I can go ahead and I know I finished this one and the Google Docs, and I know I finished the Google Slides. Now I can go ahead and turn in. So if I go ahead and I hit turn in, I turn in. Notice how it says now I have 2 attachments. Yes, I want 2 attachments because my directions said create a Google Doc and it also said create a Google Slides. So I want both of those in there. So now I go ahead and hit turn in, because now I've turned in both of those attachments. And if you notice, it says unsubmit. Whew, that's good news, because that lets me know I have turned in my work. And then I go ahead and I go back to my classroom here. And if I want to take a look at my view your work to see missing work, okay, that assignment has been turned in, and then that assignment has also been turned in. You'll also see when it's graded and sent back to you in this view too. So that's how you are going to be using your Google Classroom. Just really remember the idea that you're going to be using either pictures being sent to me, videos being sent to me, Google Docs being sent to me, or you're also going to be using Google Slides. Now there are going to be some assignments that I attach already copies of Google Slides to you, or assignments to you, documents to you that you just work off of. And that will be another video that I'll show you on how to use those that are already attached. But this video is just a navigation of the Google Classroom. It also is just a quick navigation of the idea of creating a Google Doc or creating a Google Slide and putting it into your assignment and then turning it into me. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.